Steve Jobs, a famous visionary, born on February 24, 1955, and passing away on October 5, 2011, was an influential American entrepreneur and inventor. He played a major role in making Apple computers successful and creating groundbreaking new technology like the iPod, iPad, and MacBook. In the lively city of San Francisco, in the year 1955, a special person named Steve Jobs was born. His parents, Joanne Schieble and John Jandali, were students at the university. They were not married at that time, and with a lot of love, they decided to give Steve up for adoption. Steven was lovingly adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs, whom he always considered his real parents. Paul, his father, encouraged him to play with electronics in their garage. This sparked a lifelong interest in electronics and design for Steven. Jobs went to a local school in California and then to Reed College in Portland, Oregon. He was really good at studies, but he didn't find traditional education easy. His teachers found him a handful. While at Reed College, he took a calligraphy course that fascinated him. Later, he realized that this course played a big role in creating different fonts for Apple. In 1974, Jobs went to India with his friend Daniel Kotke in search of spiritual knowledge. They visited the ashram of Neem Karoli Baba in Kanchi. During his time in India, he learned about Buddhist and Eastern spiritual ideas. He also tried psychedelic drugs, which he later said helped him see life and business in a different way. Jobs got his first real computer job at Atari Computers. While working there, he became good friends with Steve Wozniak, a computer expert he had met in 1971. Jobs looked up to Wozniak and their friendship led to amazing things in the world of technology. In 1976, Wozniak created the first Apple I computer. Jobs, Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne then started Apple Computers. Initially, they sold Apple computers from Jobs' parents' garage. In the next few years, Apple computers grew fast as more people wanted home computers. In 1984, Jobs made the first Macintosh. It was the first home computer that many people liked because it was easy to use. This was a big step in home computers, and later computers followed this idea. Even though Jobs achieved a lot at Apple, he had problems with his colleagues. In 1985, he had to leave his job in Apple. Looking back, he thought this was a good thing. It allowed him to be more creative and free, something he couldn't do in a big company. After leaving Apple, Jobs started Next Computers. It didn't do very well in terms of sales, but its software became important. In the 1990s, Next software was used in the Apple Store and iTunes Store. Then, in 1996, Apple bought Next for a lot of money, bringing Jobs back to Apple. Jobs found great success with Pixar, a company that made animated movies using computers. Disney asked Pixar to create popular movies like Toy Story, A Bug's Life, and Finding Nemo. These movies were loved by many and made a lot of money, making Jobs very respected and successful. In 1996, Jobs came back to Apple after Next was bought by the company. He became the chief executive. At that time, Apple was not doing well compared to Microsoft and was finding it hard to make money. Jobs took Apple in a new direction, making strong decisions along the way. He stopped some projects and introduced a range of new products that were easy to use, looked great, and had innovative features. The iPod changed the way we listen to music, becoming a popular choice for portable digital music. By 2008, iTunes became the second biggest music store in the US, with over 6 billion songs downloaded and 200 million iPods sold. In 2007, Apple launched the iPhone, a phone that also worked like an iPod. It became very popular. Then, in 2010, Jobs introduced the iPad, a new kind of tablet computer that changed how we use technology. Steve Jobs believed in creating entirely new products that people would love to use. This was different from just making small changes to existing products based on feedback. Jobs explained his unique approach to designing innovative products. Apple is considered the best company in America. Jobs, their leader, inspired many, but he could also be very strict and moody, as some co-workers mentioned. Dana Lewin, co-founder of Next, talked about this time in Fortune magazine, saying, "Sometimes, the good times were amazing. But the bad times were really hard. Under Jobs' guidance, Apple became bigger than Microsoft in terms of value. Apple became famous for making amazing new technology. In an interview in 2007, Jobs said, "There's a quote I really like by Wayne Gretzky. I go where the puck will be, not where it has been." That's what we've always tried to do at Apple, right from the start. And we always will. Even when he was not well, Jobs kept working at Apple until August 2011, when he left his job. Although Jobs earned only 1 crore rupees as Apple's CEO, his wealth grew significantly due to his shares in Apple and Disney, making his total fortune around 58,000 crore rupees. In 1991, he got married to Lauren Powell, and they had 3 children. They lived in Palo Alto, California. In 2003, he found out he had pancreatic cancer. He had health problems for a few years, and sometimes Tim Cook took over running Apple for him. He had a liver transplant in 2009, but his health got worse again after 2 years. He worked on and off at Apple until August 2011, when he decided to focus on his health. Sadly, he passed away due to complications from his pancreatic cancer, having a heart attack on October 5, 2011, in Palo Alto, California. Steve Jobs was laid to rest in a peaceful place called Alta Mesa Memorial Park in Palo Alto. Steve Jobs taught us the importance of thinking differently and being creative. His ideas gave us amazing products that changed the way we live and work. Even when faced with big problems, Jobs never gave up. He came back to Apple and made it a very successful company that everyone knows today. Jobs loved his work a lot. You could see his passion in every Apple product he made. He made sure they were perfect. He understood what people wanted and made products that were easy to use. He believed in making things that people would love. When he faced failures, he turned them into opportunities. Leaving Apple led him to start new companies like Next and Pixar, which added to his success. Jobs also believed in making technology beautiful. He thought gadgets should not only work well but also look good. He was a great leader. He inspired his teams and led them to success together. Even though he's not with us anymore, his ideas still inspire many people in India and all over the world. His life teaches us that being creative, never giving up, understanding people's needs, and learning from failures are keys to success in any field.